Una good evening, my country people. Na news at 9. I carry come on a domot from Wisdom Yard Television. My name na Toyosi Adeshino. Make una listen to the koko wey dey inside the tori. Government defends 62,000 naira minimum wage proposal. Labour insists on 250,000 naira as deadline end today. Aunty Ramota no do BBL surgery. Na movie role Ijoba Lande. Recently, viral footage on top internet showed the health condition of popular actress Ramota Adetu, where people sabi as Aunty Ramota. Social media users they talk say she go do BBL surgery to increase the size of her bum. Footages on the internet show as them they carry Aunty Ramota enter hospital room for treatment. People they believe say Aunty Ramota go do operation for one hospital for Ikorodu, make her bum big, where people they call BBL. This no be the first time when news go spread say Aunty Ramota don't undergo surgery on the internet. Some people, especially fans of the actress, don't believe the news. Then describe them as mere acting for movie role. Gani Ukende Morufu, wey put sabi as Ijoba Lande, tell BBC say him no happy about the news because na just movie role. Ijoba Lande na one of the people where they always follow Aunty Ramota do different content and movies. The deadline between the federal government and the organized labor unions over the minimum wage saga go end today. The committee they expected to submit the outcome of their meeting will go include the proposed new minimum wage. Both government and labor they propose different amounts for the wage proposal. Nigerian government say them and the organized private sector don't agree on 62,000 naira, will be $41 minimum wage for Nigerian workers. For inside statements where the tripartite committee on minimum wage we don't the meetings to discuss about the new minimum wage matter, make recommendations after their meeting. According to the statement, government say them don't critically touch like the national minimum wage and them use all necessary parameters. Them add say them also apply socio-economic and political considerations relevant to international labor organizations, conventions and international best practices before the committee agreed on the 62,000 naira new minimum wage. Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, they demand for new minimum wage even before President Bola Tinubu enter office for 29 May 2023. The workers and trade unions continue to push when President Bola Tinubu announced say fuel subsidies don't go during inauguration for 29 May 2023. This announcement caused kasala for the country as filling stations begin increase price, transportation go up will lead to high inflation. Organized labor go on strike for 2 days before them call off to allow government 5 days for talk. Before I hand the story, make una listen to the koko wey dey inside it again. Government defends 2,000 naira minimum wage proposal. Labour insists on 250,000 naira as deadline ends today. Aunty Ramota no do BBL surgery. Na movie role Ijoba Lande. This na the end of the story. My name na Toyosi Adeshino.
Good morning, viewers all over the world. Welcome to your Bunga program. As it a break from north, east, west, and south on top of this, your Bunga TV. Wisdom Yard Television with me, your brother Ambassador Rochime Olilua, son of the prophet, the man where is the weekend. How na day open enjoy on our weekend very well. You know, see on top of this program now here with the pieces and the breakdown, the slides and we go come rearrange and bring and come back to life. See how the team be. I bet no put Nigeria matter for head though, because if you put Nigeria matter for head, you die. You buy and be say you don't go be that too. The time where this country go better. Me and you go there to take witness the betterment of the country. But to be our rider today, Ajadi come out, don't blow federal government grammar, no be small grammar, because upon waiting the challenge on this minimum wage or living wage, whether they talk, federal government promise TUC, NLC living wage. But now minimum wage and they promise them, but Ajadi don't come out say, make governors, senators, rep, make them through the collect 62,000 naira. I laugh as minimum wage. Every month, governor will be saying they go out like this, almost 10 cars, 10 convoys. go follow the governor. You know how much dem go talk say dem one trip be. If dem come back, dem fit talk say na 500 million dem spend for one trip. Say na that governor go talk say make dem dey give am 62,000. The governor dey collect millions of naira. Rep dey collect millions of naira. Rep dey collect, the senator dey collect millions of naira. At the end of the day, rep member, senate member, they come and say 62,000 go cripple the economy of Nigeria. That will not be wickedness. I bet my fellow country people, make una hear wetin this pastor talk, this reverend, for this Nigeria. In fact, with wetin I see say this reverend talk, I respect this reverend more than those known reverend, known pastor wey we say we don't know for this country. We know if come out, come in, come tell federal government say, people they hungry, they wire people, make una do policy wey be say e go make relief come to the masses. May we go hear wetin the reverend talk. Our engineer, bring am up.
I have been sick of this problem. I have been sick of this controversy over living wage or minimum wage. And I believe that something is seriously wrong with the heads of many of our leaders. How can anyone who earns 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, not to talk of people who earn 1 million, 2 million, how can they go to sleep in good conscience every day? How can they go to sleep in good conscience and come out to sit down in a boardroom to discuss the sustainability or otherwise of paying 60,000 to the poorest of workers? How can we go to bed and sleep, all those who belong to the elite, who earn 2, 3, 4, 500,000, 1 million? How can you go to sleep in good conscience, I say, if you still have any conscience? How can you go to sleep in good conscience and come out to be debating? I hear people on TV, I watch people on TV, experts, economic experts, corporate executives, government officials, who are taking home more than $1 million in a month. And they are there arguing that 60,000 or over will destroy the economy, is not sustainable. How wicked! You give 60,000 to a poor worker, a poor worker who may have a family of 2 or 3 or 4, for his feeding, for his accommodation, for his house rent, for his medical care, for his children's school fees. How wicked! How blind! How can we do that? And we think that God will bless our country? We think that it is by bringing a new national anthem for God to bless our country. How can you commit this crime against humanity? For me, this is a crime against humanity. Because the poor people who cannot afford to buy gari, I'm not saying they will buy that they are to buy sardine. I'm saying buy gari, poor people who cannot buy gari. I'm not talking of meat or fish. Poor people are dying because they have no money to cure malaria. How can you go to sleep in good conscience? Those of us who belong to the elite, how can we go to sleep with good conscience and we are debating and we are discussing and we vote 500 million naira to meet and debate about paying 60,000 to the poor? My dear friends, I see this as a new form of apartheid. Nigeria is one of the most unequal societies in the entire world. A society where it's like the animal farm. A society where we have conspicuously rich people, people who are living in conspicuous consumption, and others who are in deplorable, dehumanizing poverty. If you have somebody in this country that takes home 1 million naira, I mean 1 million, I'm not talking of 30 million naira, 1 million naira in the month, and he can open his mouth to be part of a discussion about the poor getting 60,000 naira. I say anyone who earns up to 1 million naira in the month should keep his or her mouth shut when he hears them debating about taking 60,000 for the poor. More than 60 years after independence, we are running an apartheid society. This time it's not racial apartheid, it's economic apartheid. We are running an apartheid society of people of conspicuous consumption, flying in private jets around at government expense, people who are riding 4, 5, 6, 7 SUVs with pilot vehicles chasing the poor out of the road. And poor people, you are debating, you are discussing, you are over 60,000 for the poor. You insult the poor by saying 30,000, and later you say 48,000, and now you say 60,000, and you pay more than 60,000, you come out with 62,000. You insult poor Nigerians. I say there is hardly any society I know that is as divided as the Nigerian society. And a society that is so divided is just sitting on a keg of gunpowder. I have warned here before that the revenge of the poor is at the corner.
I understand personally with the opinion of the trade union, but why would you go to media and say a salary of political office holders, National Assembly of that matter? I don't receive the money that they publish in the front pages of newspaper in the name of advocating for your standard living condition. Don't give wrong and lie information about institutions. Is done inside the public against. We are concerned about the trade union, but Mr. Speaker, we should be more concerned about the over 2 million Nigerian population who are suffering, 200 million who are suffering, who doesn't have food to eat, who cannot buy kerosene, who cannot pay school fees for their children, who doesn't have shelter to stay at home. We should remember, we must be proactive, hold that bill, adjust it, call for public hearing, stakeholders should consider that. If we have done our job, federal government will not be doing what they are doing now. But the crisis of commodities in market, the standard living of the condition of the people is sympathetic. So it is very terrible. And here we are, fighting for trade union living condition. I agree, they constitute 13% of the population of this country. But go to equity with clean hands. Do not, in doing that, suffocate sectors like hospitals, where if it is not run, Nigerians will lose their lives. The primary responsibility of government is protecting the life and properties of its people. If the action of trade union, which is legitimate, negate those essential services, I don't think they will be doing fair to the people of this country.
Madaki stopped.
Welcome back. You now don't hear waiting that reverend they talk on top of waiting the shell. You see all this, our senators said. Some of them, that man express his feelings, and you see a Pabio rubber stamp Senate president, as in they say, okay, they try to shut that man up, say the thing where they don't talk, he don't do too much. You remember that woman we talk say, waiting that they celebrate 25 years of democracy for. Apabio they tell and say, now that democracy bring you to that seat. The woman they talk say our people they hungry. Apabio no one agree hear that word. We believe say one day God intervention will come on this country. On top of those people we know want this country better. I better make a go business of the day. I did daily trust to waiting at the sea. Governors spend billions on car for lawmakers. So his misplacement of priority. Activists, I thought that one will see SO. That on the page 4 of the Daily Trust paper, and I spent billions of money on top of a car, not just the right billion, but to pay 62,000, not to say na wahala. The thing I see here, I saved Tinubu political career, and I could reply Shetima for that one. No, say the thing where you they enjoy. Now me save Tinubu. That on the page 14, page 13 of the Daily Trust paper. Go make una go read and there. Northern Elder asked federal government to create pastoralist commission. No, that on the page 6 of the Daily Trust paper. Me na go read it to read. I don't enter news direct to. Lagos Abeokuta Express way repair stalled month after fake approval. Angry commuter motorists order demand immediate action as road conditions worsen. That one they page 4, but they don't approve them. Waiting on the delay that project. Nigeria, my country. If not military regime now, as they talk and say this road they must start them. That day, gone where they announce that day they go start them. If you now want to read it, go to page 4 of the News Direct paper. Operation of Dangote refinery has put to shame the tractors. That one, Akpabio thought that one for page 4. Akpabio, you no get shame at all. I'm sorry to have used that language. Nigeria refinery, anything no work. Now when they hate Dangote refinery, will work because when I get chair, we now go to collect for that place. When I go to page 4 of the News Direct paper, I mean I go read it to read there. SACS CBN workers fought SACS, seek restatement. That one they page 7 of the News Direct paper. I mean I go read it to read there. I don't enter the poncho. Foods leads as imports each 12 trillion naira. Manufacturer import 1.5 trillion. Raw material food import lump 921 billion naira. Nigerian gets 19 trillion naira forex from crude oil, solid mineral export. Now others, that one they page 2, the person we talk about the story. That one they page 2 of the Punch paper. Men are going to read it to read there. Rep to meet governor as Borno opposes state police for page 7 of the Punch paper. Men are going to read it to read there. Which I still they see. Local refinery may crash petrol price to 300 naira per liter. Now modular refinery. I thought that one for page 25 of the Punch paper. Go read it to read there. I don't go Nigerian Tribunal, which I see. Anti-open grazing bill. Meyechi Allah, Pandev, Ohaneze in fresh rule. Lawyers insist on proposed law. Farmers others crisis threat to corporate existence of Nigeria. Now, CUPP, I thought that one for page 22 of the Nigerian Tribunal paper. Soldiers killing. Army raid IPOBs. Camps in Abia kill 6. That one, page 17 of the Nigerian Tribune paper. Amateku commander wants outfit upgraded to state police. That one, page 26. So, men are going to read it to read there. Kwara female pregnant committed suicide in Medina. Saudi atrocities. Now, then third that one for page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune paper. And then New Telegraph, instruction neglect, poor investment, order liable for power crisis. Now, expert order one for page 2 and page 8 of the New Telegraph. See our rider here. Governors on minimum wage, governors, senators, rep should also earn 62,000 naira. Now, Mbaka and Ajadi, 9th order one for page 4, page 26 and page 29 of the New Telegraph paper. Men are going to read it to read there. Daily Sun, I did Daily Sun. Minimum wage, labor adamant on 250,000 naira. Says Tinubu response will determine next step of action. That one, the picture 6 of the Daily Sun paper. Constitution review, rep mold creation of state, receive 14 proposal. Lawmaker group demand Olu Okun Katagum Ibadan state. That one, the page 6 of the Daily Trust paper. IPOB disown alleged referendum plan in Southeast. To that one, the page 26 of the Daily Sun paper. Men are going to read it to read there. I don't enter this day, so waiting this day they talk. Bagudu, 62,000 naira recommended for wage in national interest based on economy reality. Nigeria, 7 others nation demand immediate halt of army supply to Israel. That one day, the front page of this paper. Men are going to read it to read there. I don't enter leadership. Which leadership they talk. Electricity tariff, life-saving service, threatening in teaching hospital. We pay between 2.5 million and 4 million daily to Discoso. CMD lamento. Stakeholders seek special tariff regime for health sector. Lagos government switch hospital to own power plant. That one they point 4 of the leadership paper. Men are going to read it to read there. Within I still see National Assembly vows to protect 650,000 BPD Dangote refinery. That one day, the front page of the leadership paper. Men are going to read there. Niger Delta ex-agitator beg for increase in amnesty stipends. That one day, page 26. So, Northern Elder 6 National Pastoralistic Commission. That one day, page 6. Nigerian US discuss climate funding for green industrial push. That one day, page 7 of the leadership paper. Men are going to read there. I say Gaza, Nigeria backs within ceasefire proposal. That one day, page 16 of the leadership paper. Men are going to read there. Now, no say, now one company be our sponsor. Wisdom Yard Nigeria Limited, the producer of Nokwa Abba Mission, Nokwa Abba Vita, Nokwa Abba Tony. Now, them be our sponsor. Shout out and kudos to our Gabadata at the top, the person of Dr. Prince Adeleke Noaoshin. Ajalaku sang by the transformer for those boys. Maybe say they don't get electricity. I bet my engineer bring her up. Maybe we go see which with the sir.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Aqua Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
Welcome back to Nagonga program as in the break. Where I don't enter the Guardian. No, rising cost borrowing, economy intrudes of credit squeeze, shelled 7.1 trillion naira in 3 months. Hey, that was the page 6 of the Guardian paper. Men are going to read there. Lagos AG asked courts to discontinue 1.35 billion naira EFCC case. That one they pay 6. So another elders first lawmaker offer solution to open grazing. That one they pay 26 of the Guardian paper. Within I see the see custom generates 1.09 billion in 90 days from vehicle regularization. That one day the front page and page 4 of the Guardian paper. Make una go read it to read there. I don't enter the Daily Times, so no cause for alarm over Nigerians' debt profile. Now, expert other one says nothing wrong with obtaining loan if used judicially for development projects. That one they pay 3 of the Daily Times paper. I did vagando. Experts see danger around minimum wage virtue. Presidency NAS will determine our next line of action. Now, Labour thought that one alleged conspiracy between governors and OPS. ITUC writes Akpabio for labeling strike as act of economic sabotage. Governors, senators, reps should also earn 62,000 minimum wage. Now back at that one for page 5 of the Vanguard paper. Men are going to read there. Airfare prices skyrocket distorts traveling plan. That one they page 9 of the Vanguard paper. How Jonathan wife orders first wiki on rivers. Now Clark 9th one for page 12 of the Vanguard paper. Men are going to read there. I did business day, waiting business day, they talk last but not the least. So stocks defy rate hike to gain 15.25 trillion in 5 months to Geregu Power, Dangote Cement, Bua Drive Rally, April may perform shoes market losing streams. That one, the auto read the front page of the Business Day paper. Now so we go see I'm on top of this Ogbonge program as they break from north, east, west and south. I beg I the one on an open Nigeria matter for head though, so you know go die before your time. The time where this country go die, I go better. Now me and you go there to take witness the betterment of the country. Till we see same time tomorrow. I beg. Bye bye you.
Of News Review brought to you by Wisdom Yard Television. I am Odunayo Adelere, and with me in the studio this morning I have...
I'm Rochi Meurilo. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to all our viewers wherever you are watching all over the world.
Thank you for joining me in the studio, sir. We want to appreciate all our viewers out there. We're all staying glued to WYTV, and our sponsor Nokpa for always coming through, for always staying by us. We say a very big thank you to you. And Nokpa Aba mixture, they do with Nokpa Aba mixture, Aba Cool, Aba Tonic, Aba Bitters, Aba Energy Flusher, Aba Energy Powder. Whichever you need, you can send a DM or call the number 0701010854 to make your order. You can also be a sponsor of the show, or you can bring your advert while we do justice to whichever advert you bring. You can just send a DM or call the number I said above. You know how we do it on the show. We bring two news and make to the top. We'll go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. We'll discuss the one we feel we should discuss. But we will not be the only one talking. On today's show, you can also drop your own comments in the comment section. Let's talk together. Punch newspaper this morning, we have minimum wage talks ends today. Labour awaits Tinubu's nod. Local refining may crash petrol price to 300 naira per litre. Modular refineries. I saved Tinubu's political career, says Atiku. States work on total electricity subsidy removal, no tariff. On Vanguard newspaper, we have 2024 Hajj. Another Nigerian pilgrim dies in Mecca. Nigeria must embrace ranching than open grazing, Katsina Governor Rada. Pray for Tinubu to succeed, Lawan tells Nigerians. On Daily Post newspaper, we have Abia Governor Alex Oti visits family of slain soldiers, CPL Ikpeama. Fire destroys soap factory in Anambra. Lady interviewed on my podcast committed suicide following backlash, actress Biola Adebayo. These are the news that made it to the talk today. Let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go nowhere, stay tuned, we'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Aba Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
Yeah, welcome back from Black Shot Commercial Break. That's our sponsor, Nokpa Abals. They do with Nokpa Aba Mixture, Aba Cool, Aba Tonic, Aba Bitters, Aba Energy Flusher, Aba Energy Powder. Whichever you need, send the DM or call the number I said earlier. On today's news review, the first one we'll be reviewing this morning is minimum wage talks end today. Labour awaits Tinubu's nod.
Well, I believe the president is going to do the needful. You know, he promised Nigeria that he will make sure that he's going to give them living wage, not minimum wage, which I believe the outcome is going to be good and is going to favor the NLC and the TUC. But one thing I want the old Nigerians to understand, I watched a video of a reverend 2 days ago.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know that we still have such a man of God in our society, this called Nigeria. That the man of God came out that those that are
collecting 1 million,
those that are collecting 1 million are part of those that are at the round table meeting with labor.
They cannot pay.
Say they cannot pay 62,000.
They can't pay 60,000 naira.
I wonder why you take away home is roughly nothing less than, even if you collect 500,000 naira. You still came out to oppose, to reject 60,000 naira for the workers. I wonder what this Nigeria has turned to. But I believe, according to the word of the president, that he's going to offer them living wage, not minimum wage.
Okay. The no minimum wage talks between the federal government and organized labor is expected to end on Monday, which is today, as the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress leaders await President Bola Tinubu's decision on 250,000 naira offer. Sir, do you think President Bola Tinubu is going to put this into law?
Well, let's wait and see what the pregnant night will give birth to. The decision lies in the hands of the president.
The labor leaders had given a Monday deadline for the conclusion of talks on the new minimum wage. Last Friday, the Tri-Party Committee on National Minimum Wage concluded its meetings where the federal government and the organized private sector agreed on 62,000 naira while labor demanded 250,000 naira. However, the Nigeria Governor Forum in a statement said any minimum wage higher than 60,000 naira was not sustainable. Speaking with our correspondent on Saturday, which is Punch correspondent, labor leaders noted that the parties were waiting we're waiting for the president to decide on a proposal presented by the tripartite committee. The Labour leaders, who did not want to be quoted for security reasons, said the NLC president Joe Ajaero and other top union officials had left the country to participate in the Labour conference organized by the International Labour Organization in Geneva, in Switzerland. The Punch was informed that the Labour's leaders would hold their National Executive Council meeting where a decision on the strike will be taken on their return from Geneva based on the feedback from the president. We have submitted the report to the president and we are waiting for him to make his decision. That is what most important thing, and that is what we are all waiting for. But the news came out before we came on the show. The news said national grid to be shut down.
If the president is not complying with the minimum wage,
if the president is still insisting on 62,000
2,000, which means the national grid will be shut down.
We need to tighten our belts.
Senate member came out to condemn the action of shutting down the national grid. If the national grid is not shut down, how do you think this set of people are going to attend to this neighbor? Do you ever see all this? In fact, I pity this guy, Akpabio. You know, when Akpabio was elected as the Senate president, there was a lot of rumor going out, which I believe that Akpabio himself will hear with his ears that this rumor is going on, that Akpabio will be a rubber stamp president. Now, it has come out that Akpabio is surely a rubber stamp president.
Yes, no.
Where a man was speaking on behalf of the Nigerians that Nigerian people are going through tough time. Let us see what we are going to do, since they are the people that we are representing. Do you know what Akpabio did? Akpabio was trying to shut down the man's mouth.
Because he's eating from the national cake.
He was trying to tell the man that what he's saying is too much. Likewise, what happened last week when a lady came out to say, okay, we want to celebrate 25 years.
I love the fact that the lady asked the question after she said everything.
That they are celebrating 25 years of democracy in Nigeria. That what is it to celebrate? Is it the hunger that is that is rampant in the surface of the land? Then Akpabio said, it's okay, it's okay. Are you true? Are you true? And the lady asked the question, am I safe? Because anybody that try to oppose their mission or to oppose their aims and objectives will be their next enemy.
I think what is on ground right now is we need to talk to the NLC. I am not urging them to continue the strike, and I am not telling them to hold on the strike. But what I want to say to them is, if they want to do something, they should stand by what they say they are going to do.
Not a day strike or 2 day strike at the
what
end of
they
the
came out last week Friday, yeah, that was last week Friday. Was it? No, 2 weeks Friday before. It was on Monday that they embarked on the strike. The statement said NLC are embarking on indefinite strike until the federal government is ready to give us the minimum wage we requested for.
They went on Monday. On Monday, Tuesday, so now they call up the
I don't even know the definition of indefinite again when it comes to NLC.
The ball lies in their hand. If Ajaero truly is the president of the
I was already commending him as a last week when they embarked on the strike, because everywhere was on total
Ajaero should
shutdown.
come out clean the way Oshiomhole did, because I could remember a video Oshiomhole did that 100,000 naira is not too much for a worker as a minimum wage with the hardship upon the surface of the. You know, Oshiomhole was the immediate past president. It has a limit in which Ajaero can control the labor, because before you get to know, people will start saying he's eating from the national cake. You know, Ajaero, Oshiomhole came out to say if he did not win the election, that by now it would have been hypertensive.
Well, let's be sincere. It is not easy to actually lead this number of people, to be a leader for this number of people. But if you want to actually lead them and you want to be a good example, you have to lead the facts straight. Let them know this is what we want. Now, we went from 615,000 naira. We are the deadlock of 497,000 naira.
Is it
494,000 naira.
Okay, 494,000.
Now, you still came back with 250,000 naira. So, what the federal government is trying to do is, let's give them 62. They will come down. Very soon you see federal government coming and say, let's do 70. They will come back to 150.
80. They will come back to. Before you get to
if they accept, they don't know what they want. That's just how I'm just going to put it. So if the NLC truly wants their right, they want to take their right back, they need to know what they want. They need to stand on their right. This is what we want. You say you're embarking on an indefinite strike. Nobody is supporting you to go on an indefinite strike. But if that is what is going to work for you to get your right, then do it.
Then do it.
These people called you back.
How much they sell 5 pieces of tomato? just
500
the
naira.
medium 500 naira.
500 naira.
Which I believe, even I believe the president also eating it.
I was opportune to go. It was because you said the market is. I went to market. That was on Saturday. I think probably the wife already told the man that we'll be needing 10,000 naira money for soup or that. The man was like, "Did you know this man?" They'll be like, "I'm on 10,000 naira. What do you want to cook?" And the wife told you that, "Hey, Laura, go and buy it." When the man bought pepper, they said they should give him everything, both tomato and pepper. They should give him everything 3,500. Sir. This poly bag that we use in buying pop-up 300 naira. You know how many pieces of pop-up?
Yes.
The man said, I said 3,500. The woman said, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In fact, I even put extra for you. What I gave
to you was worth of 3,500.
The man said, please give me 1,000 naira extra. And still, it was still in that same. But I know before.
Except
for 3,500 naira pepper, you are going to carry a polythene bag.
Exactly the point. I believe the federal government know what is going on, except if they willingly turn
they just want to be wicked.
Deaf ear to the cry of the masses. And you've forgotten that these are the same set of masses that you went to at the grassroots when you people were campaigning, canvassing them, seeking their hand in votes for them, for you to be in that office. Please and please, we urge the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to listen to the demand of this set of people. Give them living wage, not minimum wage.
I said Tinubu's political career, says Atiku.
Well, Atiku may come out to say that, because I could remember there was a case vividly that I remembered when the ex-president Obasanjo was there. There was a case between ex-president Obasanjo and the governor of Lagos State then. Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State then. I believe Atiku said he was the one that intervened into the matter that make all the matter to settle. If he's coming out, what he was trying to say was that he was tackling Shettima on his speech, that democracy, that office that you are enjoying, I was the one personally that worked for Tinubu, for him to be in that office today, that's the right that you are enjoying. So don't just come out and begin to talk, because somebody else was the one who supported the president to have picked you as the vice president of the country.
The 2023 presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, on Sunday said, contrary to the claims in circulation, President Bola Tinubu immensely benefited from his goodwill. Atiku said, but for him, Tinubu's political career might have been terminated while he was governor of Lagos State in the early part of the Fourth Republic. On Thursday, Vice President Kashim Shettima stated that both Atiku and the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu once benefited from Tinubu's political support during their time of persecution. Shettima specifically said Tinubu's residence in Bodilion, Ikoyi, Lagos, served as a refugee for Atiku when he faced harassment and explosion from the PDP. He, who is Tinubu, has been a veritable sanctuary for victims of political witch hunts. When Atiku Abubakar was harassed in the People's Democratic Party, it was Bodilion he ran to for support, and it was in Bodilion that he got the needed support and later contested for the presidency of the country. Shettima stated during the inauguration of the Vice Presidential Lodge constructed by the Federal Capital Territory Administration in Abuja. Sir, did you hear the amounts that they're using during the reconstruction of the Vice President?
Vice President Lodge.
21 billion naira.
21 billion naira.
And you cannot pay 494,000 naira for labor. Reacting through a statement by his media advisor Paul Ibe on Sunday, Atiku said Shettima gulped, adding that, truth be told, it was Tinubu that actually benefited immensely from Atiku's goodwill. The former vice president said that without his support, Tinubu would not have enjoyed his tenure as Lagos governor and might have been impeached. He stated, but for Atiku's support, hinged on his pro-democracy instinct and the rule of law, Tinubu's tenure as governor of Lagos State would have been rough, with a wide possibility of termination of his political career. For some time, and especially leading up to 2023 election, there has been a deliberate attempt to distort the history of politics of the early Fourth Republic by ascribing the AC, the political platform that Atiku ran in 2007 as Tinubu's party. Now, Atiku is saying he supported, he revived Tinubu's career. Shettima is saying Tinubu saved Atiku. Who want to bow down for who now? I don't
Now,
understand.
let me tell you this. Let's come in. When you look about Atiku's political career, can you compare it with the Shettima's political career? Who is Shettima? Who is Kashim Shettima? Who knows Shetima in the service
I'm
of
sorry,
the country?
exactly.
When it comes to politics.
It's as if you read what question I wanted to ask.
When it comes to politics, you can't just come out because you are in the office and begin to jam talk.
The first time I was going to hear about Kashim Shettima was when he went to sit with
all the Boko Haram, the bandits, when he was the one sharing money with giving money to all the bandits.
To know who Kashim Shettima was, Borno State and all that. But now,
and I believe the reason why Tinubu might have picked Kashim Shettima was that because he knows all these bandits. He was there during the tenure of Muhammadu Buhari. He was the one that is negotiating between the bandits.
How can you negotiate with bandits?
Now, this person was picked to be the vice president, which, in fact, I don't know, it will never happen in the history of United States of America.
How can you negotiate with bandits?
And I believe the reason why he might have been picked was that, okay, if anything wants to go wrong between the federal government and the bandits,
we have somebody that can talk to them.
You have somebody that can talk to them. I believe that was the reason why he was picked.
This is Nigeria, whereby we have the Air Force, we have the Navy, we have the police, we have the
Let me tell you this.
And we have I'm sorry, sir. And we have somebody that knows exactly where their domain is.
Yes. Let me tell you this.
And you still tell us they are searching for them. Who does that?
It has a limit. When it comes to bandit issue in Nigeria, let me tell you, there are people at the top high ranking which they considered untouchable. You see, a bandit can't just come in without somebody foiling them. A kidnapper can't just come in without any information. And this set of people, when the bandit when they surrender their arms and say, okay, they've repented, you could imagine the news that went viral last year that some of the bandits that have been captured, they want to launch them back into the Nigeria. Okay, that was during the tenure of Muhammadu Buhari, that they are launching them back into the Nigerian army, forgetting that the blood of that banditry still runs in their veins. Now, early this year, we had a story that we had the news that some of the bandits said they wanted to go back to the bush
because
to go and continue their banditry work.
Because they are not treating them well.
And the person that stole a cup of rice
is being killed. He's sentenced to life imprisonment.
Was being killed, sentenced to life imprisonment. And this same set of bandits that have killed a lot of Nigerians were still there, out there, roaming about the streets, walking freely. You heard about the news where this prison official, were collecting directly into their accounts the money that was being charged from those people that were being kidnapped. Most of the kidnappers that are there at the correctional center, they still have the opportunity of going out from the correctional center to go and kidnap using the account number of those prison officials to be collecting ransom. Nobody has come out to question them. Nobody has come out that this is their investigation so far. This is exactly what is going on. That's why I said, let me tell you this. Let the whole Nigerians know that the law of this country normally favors the rich, why it works against the poor.
The last but not the least, pray for Tinubu to succeed. Lawan tells Nigerians.
Okay, Mr. Lawan, thank God you are coming out to say we should pray for the president. Yes, it is true. Even the Bible says we
pray
should
for the peace of Jerusalem.
Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Those that we are praying for, I want you to also go back to the president and advise the president. In as much as this set of people are praying for you to be successful or to succeed during your tenure, to achieve all your aims and objectives in which you campaigned during your last campaign, likewise, you should also pay them back. Because it's straight by butter. When we pray for you to be successful, you should also do something that that will keep the country moving forward. You don't get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. There's a saying in my dialect that says, if you want to carry a child,
and
if the child does not open his or her arm, you just leave the child. But a child that opens his or her arm is telling you that carry me. Yes. The person that Ahmed Senator Ahmed Lawan is telling us to pray for, the person has come out to tell us that. I think that was early when he emerged as the president of the country. He said, I thought Nigeria's problem would be solved, but as it is, my hands are tight. He's not even making move. And he still came out to tell us that he has removed full subsidy and there is no returning of full subsidy. And we know where the problem is coming from. We know where our errors are coming from. But now you are telling us to pray for President Tinubu to say, okay, there is no problem for as many that lives in America. You see them when they wake up in the morning and they will tell you, God bless America.
Yes.
But now, you want me to stand up in the morning and say, God bless Nigeria, when I'm not eating.
America is being prayed for because the reason why they prayed for America was because their leader did the needful.
We can remember 2020 during the coronavirus outbreak. We know what they did
in their
country.
That was meant for the citizens here in Nigeria were being awed.
Somebody shared it during our party. I don't know if you saw the video that went viral.
They rebranded it.
The palliative that was meant for the poor masses, you shared it.
You shared it during your birthday party. And this set of people, you are expecting us now to pray for this set of people so they can continue in their evil act. There are 2 times of prayer.
Yeah, pray.
God bless you is different from God bless you. You know the tone.
Yeah, I know. When you see somebody that say, good morning, God bless you, that with a smile. I see somebody that say, good morning, God bless you. You know something is wrong somewhere. Former President of the Senate, Senator Ahmad Lawan, APC Yobe North, has asked Nigerians to continue to pray for President Bola Tinubu in order for him to succeed in what he described as his bid to transform the fortunes of Nigerians. Lawan, who spoke after casting his votes during weekend's local government election in Yobe State, expressed optimism in the ability of President Tinubu to address the challenges faced by the country. In a statement yesterday by his media advisor, Israel Tabiowo, the former president of the Senate said, we have to continue to pray for the leadership of this country. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the Ashwaji of the universe, who is doing everything possible to turn around some of the challenges that the country faces. We may not see the outcome today, but maybe in 6 months or in 1 year, we may see them. However, we are seeing some of the outcomes. Some are pleasant, some are not. These are the kind of outcomes we faced, but eventually Nigeria will be transformed into the El Dorado. Nigeria will become a better country, and of course...
It says some are pleasant, some are not.
Yeah.
I believe the Senator Lawan would have mentioned those ones that are pleasant.
For them, it is pleasant.
Yes.
For the poor masses, it is not.
He should have mentioned.
I think we should understand what he's trying to say.
What he's trying to say, okay?
Lawan hailed all local government administration across Yobe State for living up to aspiration of the people by delivering on their expectations. So, Senator Ahmad Lawan has put it to all Nigerians out there. You don't have any other work you are doing. You just have to pray for President Tinubu.
For the president to have a successful tenure. Let the president also do the needful, because if you are doing the needful, you don't need to ask or you don't need to demand people to pray for you. Before you get to know that
you said something. You said a person that is working and people are praying for that person. I don't know how to put it. You are cursing somebody that you are supposed to bless. Obviously, the curse is going to turn to blessing for the person. And you are blessing the person you are meant to curse. Indirectly, you are cursing the person. So
for the person, you are victimizing me. You are intimidating
don't worry.
You expect me to pray for you that I've not eaten this morning. Know the cause and the root of my for me not to be able to bring food on my table based on the first subsidy that is gone, the border were being shut. So are you telling me that early in the morning when I wake up, the first thing that ever comes to my mind was to say God bless Tinubu? The first thing that will ever come to my mind is, how am I going to feed on myself, my family, my wife, and every other person?
So you are talking about is going to be what first thing that comes to your mind. Going to bed at night, you will think it through before sleeping off.
Before sleeping, okay, I'm going to bed now. What about tomorrow morning? What is going to happen? Though the Bible says we should not be anxiety of what is going to happen.
When the Bible is telling us that, that is not what the Bible is telling. You have to sit
we are all human beings. For instance, now I move on the street now. I saw a set of people that are inability to put food on their table. I started giving them some.
What do you think they will pray for?
What happened? The first day they ever set their eyes on me. When I bless them, they pray for me. Oh, God bless this man. The following day on their bed, they will say, "Oh, the man that came out yesterday to
provide, God provide for the
God
person.
Bless that person." So when you provide for Nigerians
will pray for you.
You provide hunger in the land, famine in the land. You provide poverty in the land. You are expecting the land to pray for you. It is not possible. It is when you give back to the land that the land is going to vomit onto you. For instance, now you went to the farm. Now you planted 3 maize of corn. What happened? The corns germinate, bring back.
It brings multiple food, not even the 3 that you just put on the ground. All right, I pray Nigeria will work again, and my belief is that one day Nigeria will actually get to that promised land, which we are going, because Nigeria is the land flowing with milk and honey. But we that are the Nigerians are not enjoying the milk and the honey that is flowing in it. Alright, I've come to the end of the show today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, on our Facebook, on our YouTube, on our X account, on our TikTok at Wisdom Yard Online TV. You can also join the WhatsApp community by dialing the number 0701010859 to give us updates of what is actually happening in your environment. So we'll come again on your screen. I remember my humble self, Ojoanyo Adelere. Thank you, Ambassador Ulu Areti, for joining me. All right, be good and be fine. Bye for now.